most envied league in the world is about to explode into action once again.
A new era for the men from Stamford Bridge.
19 league titles now, going for number 20 this season.
If there's anything we can take away from studying sport and globalization in London, it's that the connection between the British and the sport of football is unlike any other. In England, fans sit on the edge of their seats as they intently watch their favorite teams fight to win the three coveted championship trophies. These three trophies are rewards for winning the most prestigious of cups in all of football: the Barclays Premier League Championship, the UEFA Champions League Cup, and the Budweiser FA Cup. The Premier League consists of 18 teams fighting to remain in the top league in all of Europe. Teams battle all year, earning 3 points for every win, 1 point for every draw, and no points for every loss. At the end of the long season, the team with the most points is deemed that year's champion. UEFA Champions League Cup consists of the best teams from the top leagues in all of Europe from the previous year, competing in group stages. The top teams from each group advance to the knockout tournament stages. At the end, the very last team standing is deemed the champion of Europe for that year. The FA Cup is a knockout-style tournament which includes 64 different football clubs, all from within England, not limited to just the Premier League. The teams battle each other for a total of 14 rounds during this competition, as a random draw determines their opponents each round until there is only one team standing. It's no doubt that any English team winning any of the three league titles would etch its name in English football history for forever. However, as prestigious as it is to win any of these three championships, while studying the league structure, the same question continues to pop into our heads. Which one of the three would mean the absolute most to win? So we set out to London to find out different perspectives in hopes of figuring out an answer to this question. During our tour of Stamford Bridge, we were lucky enough to have a former Scottish footballer, Steve Finniston, who played for Chelsea's youth squad from the time he was 12 years old in 1966 until 1978 as one of our tour guides. After the tour, we caught up with Mr. Finniston to get his insight on which one he always wanted to win the most as a player. Out of the three, which ones was your favorite to kind of play for? Which one meant the most to you?
The league, to do well in the league. It's the same in all competitions now. I think most people want to win the league because you have to play 40 games to win it. Although you have to do that in the European Cup.
And it's against all the players, I mean, all the teams here in England.
It depends. Yeah. I suppose some leagues aren't very competitive. So like the Scottish League, there's only Celtic, but the Premier League, still half a dozen teams can win it. So to win that is probably as hard as winning the Champions League. Right. The Champions League is the World Cup of league football, isn't it? Right.
He's done it! The greatest night in the history of Chelsea Football Club. European champions. They've beaten Bayern in their own backyard.
Unfortunately, most of the fans we interviewed were unwilling to do so on camera. However, we were still able to gain a sense of which one they thought meant the most to them. One fan said that the UEFA Champions Cup meant the most to him because it gave his team bragging rights over all of Europe instead of just England. Another fan referred to the championship match as the Super Bowl of soccer. It's interesting that not one person even mentioned the FA Cup in the same sentence as the Champions Cup and Premier League title. However, after our trip, we were able to conclude that most people tend to side with the notion that while winning the UEFA Cup is grand and all, winning the Premier League is a definition of being the best team in England for the duration of the year. It's each team's main priority year in and year out.